Well, Chapter 2, doing putty. Okay, you're gonna need this stuff. You get it out of the can. It can be kind of stiff. This is a little stiff. For glazing, a little bit on the blade, press and spread. Press and spread. This is how you actually have to get it on and get it in. Press and spread. I love these. I love these blades. Takes a lot of the stress off of the wrist, being able to use one of these. Press and spread. Press and spread. You know, I put a back bed in. I'm using gray glazing compound on here because it looks better with the woodwork on the inside. But the reason you put a back bed in, because it seals it up on the inside, especially where your glass is uneven. And also, it helps you identify your low spots in the sash if it's warped, and this one is. And after you get it pressed in, you're using that inside edge of your rabbet as a guide. Because when you glaze, and you're all done glazing, you're not supposed to see a great big honking bead. When you look through the window on the outside, you're not supposed to see putty hanging out over the edge. That's your actual guide. So, you know, in this case, this old glass is concave or convex, depending on which side you put in first. And when you're glazing convex glass like this, you're supposed to put it in with the hump side up and start in the middle with your pins, because if you start on one end and then go over to the other side, if it's upside down, you'll have such a deflection that you wind up taking a chance on breaking the glass. You know, and this old stuff is anything but smooth. A couple of places, and of course I didn't cut this centerpiece. God, it was probably cut 100 years ago. And they didn't get it really tight. What, expansion and contraction of the wood? Well, it is pretty uneven. That's one way of doing corners. But you do a corner after you go down and do your straight line like this, using that edge of the rabbet for a guide. Make sure you get the excess off. And you know, one of the things that people try to do when they're glazing and trying to do each hole, no, do a line. Do all the lines you can reach all the way this way, and then work out from your corners all the way around. It's a giant waste of time to try to get each hole perfect. Because unfortunately, if you're like me, a human being, nothing I can do is really perfect. Do the best job I can. You know, and then after it's all glazed and everything, usually the homeowner's going to paint and get paint over it. And it's up to them to scrape it off. Now let's see. Move the camera a little bit. You can see this. This is how you do your corner. Lead out from the corner. Okay. And of course, when you're doing this and you've got a back bed in there, it's usually going to press a little bit more out on the inside, and that's fine. You go back and trim that out. No problem. Press and spread. Press and spread.